Hello there Sagittarius, welcome to my channel. I am the soul teacher and I'm here today to do your full moon in Pisces reading, which is happening today, the 20th of September. So when I started looking at this full moon in Pisces, I was thinking to myself, it's called the harvest moon, which in my mind tells me that you're going to sit back and you're going to watch the fruits of your labor. And then I started researching it a little bit, and the astrologers in the know say that this full moon is all about you really wanting to follow your intuition, but instead of following your gut instinct, sit down for a second and make sure that this is what you really want to do and how you really want to react. And it was strange to me, I must be honest. And then I started doing the readings and I was like, oh, okay, this is really what is coming out. So it seems like Spirit has been taking us through a very interesting interesting year about a journey on exploration of the self, of the shadows, and where we really want to go and who we really are. So, Sagittarius, your strongest energies around you is Libra. So this is about equilibrium. This is about bringing your life back into balance, bringing relationships back into balance. Libra is all about the relationships in your life, especially romantic relationships. So this is about Sagittarius bringing especially romantic relationships, but all other relationships back into balance as well. Interesting. Your overall energy, wow, inner temple, devotion, tune in to the portal of your heart. Portal of your heart. Interesting, isn't it? So, Sag, we are going to be confronted about our romantic relationships. I don't know about you, but mine have been a bit hectic the last few years, actually all my life. My romantic life has always been topsy-turvy. So let's see what Luna is coming in to tell us. So the full moon, as you know, is all about the closing out of cycles, releasing of energy that doesn't serve us any longer, our manifestations coming to fruition, being grounded in the earthly realm, all of those nice little things. In this case, it's going to be, don't say what you think or say what you feel. Stop for a second and find out, is this really what I want to say? Is this really what I want to do? So it's going to be interesting. Okay, so the first card is, what cycle are you ending, Sag? Oh, and I had the same one. I'm Sagittarius sun sign. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. So I'm going to talk about my experience here because I feel it's like a teaching moment. Because I experience it myself, it's easier to try to explain it to someone else. So what I get from this card when I get it is that sometimes I can be super spiritual. Then everything, I see everything in a spiritual light. And then all of a sudden it flips and it goes to the practical side of things. It's like, I'm an accountant. I have my own accounting practice. And especially when I'm busy doing that, I tend to not look at things spiritually. I tend to look at things very practically. I mean, it's numbers, it's financial statements, it's income tax, all of those kinds of things. It's a very practical thing. And this is something that I've realized that I'm struggling with, is I'm struggling to get the spiritual side and the practical side together and to melt them and being balanced. And it's interesting that Libra is coming out. So what I feel here, and especially because it's relationships and it's romantic relationships, I feel it's about the relationship we have within ourselves at first and foremost. Then I feel it's about the relationships we have with other people. It might be colleagues or family members, kids, parents, it doesn't really matter. And then it might also be in everyday life. We need to try to balance out the spiritual side and the practical side. I'll never forget, I grew up very Christian, and I'll never forget, I was always told, You need to think about God only, and then all of the other stuff will come automatically. And I always wondered, how would that even work? Because we live in this world, this 3D world. We have school, we have work, we have, these earthly things. And I was always worried about, how do I always think about God? Because if I do something here, let's say I'm busy with financial statements for a company, how will I think about God in that? And I feel it's something that it's time for us to bring those in balance, because it is true. If we can manifest something and we keep our belief in that impossible thing right there, then the practical side will come so much easier. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So, what do you still need to work on to finally release? Hello. Hello. So, a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. Wow. Okay, so Spirit is really, really, really trying to get through to us about this, Sagittarius. We need to think about our romantic relationships in a very different way. When a new cycle begins, this can be if you're in an existing relationship, if you really want that relationship. Is it what you want? Is it what you need? Is it what is right? Do you need to work on this relationship? Do you need to let it go? If you're single, like me, do you see a romantic relationship for what it really is? Do you not have some kind of a false belief about romantic relationships? Because of late, I've realized that I do. So I give great advice, really. I'm one of the best advice givers in the world, but when it comes to following it, I tend to not balance the spirituality and practicality. Anyway, so next one. Are you still on the right path for your intended manifestation? And we have, wow, a win-win outcome is forecast full moon in Libra. Now, believe it or not, I watched a reading for myself, a Sagittarius reading this morning on YouTube. And the reading was, no, it wasn't Sagittarius, it was a bigger card. And the reading said that you have decisions that you want to make. Sorry, hold on a second. Sorry guys, a friend just quickly came in. So where were we? Are you still on the right path for your intended manifestation? I think I told you about my reading that I saw this morning about whatever decision you take, whatever road you take, it will take you to the same outcome. It's just the experience that's going to differ. So depending on the road that you take, your destination is going to be the same. The win-win outcome it's going to be great. It's just you need to think, what kind of experience do you want? Do you want to experience an easier or a better romantic cycle, or do you want to take the road where you're going to have the same difficulties you have at the moment? Wow, that was quite profound. Right, your advice, Sagittarius, is wow. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius, your own sign. So when you think about, do I really want to see things in a romantic way, in a different light? Do I really want to do things differently? I mean, let's look at the energies that's here. Libra, bringing things back into balance. Libra is all about relationships, and especially romantic relationships. We have inner temple, devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart, which is all about romance. Balance spirituality and practicality. Put the wants that you want, the romantic relationship that you want, put that into practice. Balance those two things out. A new romantic cycle begins. Are you ready to accept that? A win-win situation is forecast. It doesn't matter which road you take, it's going to bring you to the same destination, but your experience will be different. And luck is on your side. So if luck is on your side, Sagittarius, why not take the new road? If you know that your outcome or your destination is going to be the same and luck is on your side, why not take the new adventurous road? I think I will be doing that. Sagittarius, I hope this helped.